get confused because there are different meters within your camera. Most cameras have 3 meters built into it: evaluative or matrix, center weighted, and spot. Canon is the odd camera out, it has 4 meters. Partial meter is also there. In everything you will see Canon is an odd figure out. Nothing bad about it, just saying that it's odd. So I actually tell my students that ignore the partial, just use either evaluative or center weighted or spot. So let us say, I told you first that you have to go close and take a reading if you want an accurate reading. So you are going to photograph a tiger. So you go close to it, 4 inches away. Tiger will say, "Thank you, please come again." What do you do then? That is the time when you use the spot meter in your camera. Unfortunately, the spot meter is not really a spot. This spot meter in your camera reads anything between 3% and 5% of the frame area. It is not really a spot, but it is close. If you want a spot, I have a spot meter also at home. It is in shape of a small gun, so I don't use it in these days and conditions. Many years ago, I'm talking about maybe 40 years ago, I was using it in Victoria Garden, Rani Bagh, and one of the guards came and said, "Hey, क्या करता है?" फोटो लेता हूँ, बंदूक नहीं लगा सकता है. So I lost my cool and I told him something in, I'm a Parsi, and Parsis have very, what should I say, colorful language. So I gave him a couple of things. So he took me to the curator over there, and we had a big fight over there. I said, "Why you keep ignorant people over here? Is this a revolver? This is a meter." But then I realized that one should not do that, because these days the police will shoot first and ask questions afterwards. So it is just lying in my house doing nothing. But that's really 1 degree. I can stand here, and if I point it to the gentleman, the light is reflecting on his head. I can take a meter reading from there if I want. So I don't have to go close to the tiger or anything else. There may be a river here, or there may be a valley, I can't go close, so I can take a reading from that. Now that 1 degree also, you have to remember, I have checked it against the full moon. The 1 degree goes little more than the full moon. But it's definitely, for normal distances, is definitely very good. But you must know how to use that meter. Again, if you take a reading from that great middle tone area of your subject, fine, you don't have to change your exposure. But if you take the meter reading from a lighter area or a darker area, you have to change it accordingly. If you don't change it, then you get a wrong exposure. But you will say, "But I have not been doing it, I am getting it all the time." Yes, because there is latitude. Latitude means tolerance thing. Plus or minus, and you still get it. But you are not getting the perfect exposure. Not getting the perfect exposure means your film development will not be perfect, and if the film development is not perfect, you will not be able to get a perfect print. This has to be straight into the mind. The basics have to be very, very strong. I noticed that in schools of photography, they don't teach the basics. Why? Because nobody is interested in just learning the basics. Everybody wants to say, "I want to make pictures like that fellow makes, like that fellow makes." Yes, he has taken years to do that. So one has to pay great attention to the basics. If the basics are wrong, then your thing will fall. So let's take this up one step more. We all use films, right? So again, as I said, I thought this was a black and white community only for films. So my lecture today was more inclined to that. Oh no, sorry, we still have to go more. Sorry, that we only talk of the spot meter. So metrics or evaluative, Now, there are different names. Somebody calls it segmented, someone calls it multi-segmented. So, but they are the same. Second thing is center weighted. And third is what? We will forget the other one. Partial we will forget. Spot I already explained. In my opinion, this is the best meter to use. These are, but it requires subjective judgment from the user, from the photographer. If you go wrong, you go to Siberia. So beginners are told not to use a spot meter, but spot meter is the most accurate form of meter. Let's go to metrics. I erase this, so just remember this thing or you write it down if you want. How does the metrics meter work? This is very interesting. In fact, the camera engineers tell you, don't change it. Oh my God, what is this happening? Why is it not going? Is there anybody there?